Hi guys, I hope all is well. Chamion here from Food by Chamion. Today I am going to do sawine, right? It's not just a dish that is local to Trinidad, right? We are a multicultural nation. We have so much different ethnicities and religions and whatnot, and we just coexist as one, right? So I am going to do sawine, and like I said, uh, um, it is not something that is native to Trinidad and Tobago alone. It's something that's known a lot in other nations, right? Because this is, why am I doing this now? It's geared towards Eid, right? The Muslim day celebration, for lack of a better term, right, of Eid, right? So this is what it's geared towards. So I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be easy, right? You all know I keep stuff simple. Everyone will do it different. Before I start, let me cover a lot of things. Some persons don't parch the vermicelli before. Some will boil it beforehand, and some will. However, if you are going to get the long one, you are going to need to break it up, right? Locally, here in Trinidad, we get one that's somewhat long. We grew up seeing that one, matter of fact, right? But I'm using quite the opposite today, right? I'm going to show you guys the one that I'm using, which I think is so cool because it's already in the right size for me to use, right? But if you get the longer ones, just break it up. And like I said, some persons, they will pre-boil it and others will somewhat parch it. When I say parch, you all know how we do parch flour over here. You all might know. If not, I'll show you. Just keep watching, and of course I'll show you guys. You all know that's what I do. So I'm going to get right into the demo. By the way, this is a requested demo. Let me just cut my butter. This is a requested demo. Also, you can use ghee if you have ghee. If you don't know what ghee is clarified butter, right? Remember I said this is something that is more done in the Islamic nations of the earth, right? So they will mostly use things like ghee and all of that. A lot of times they don't have the brands and the stuff that we will carry, right? So that's all I'm doing. I'm just saying, I just covered at the start the both ways to prepare your vermicelli, and I am saying that you can use ghee, clarified butter, in place of butter. I will be using from a stick of imported butter. If you want to know where I got it, just comment below. I will not be using any more than 2 tablespoons of butter to start with my parching of my vermicelli, because keep in mind it isn't a big pot. Although we know these things tends to grow, it might look this little bit, looks can be deceiving, but we know pastas and so forth, they grow as they are cooked. Yeah, right. So I'm gonna just bring you all over to the pot to show you guys. I'm gonna use my spatula, of course. You all know I use a spatula. It helps with the unnecessary knocking and the noise, and everyone can deal with these things, and I'm mindful of all of you. I just want to take the time to welcome my new subscribers and those of you that are here and you remain from day one. I want to thank you for your unwavering support, right? The American butter, I like it. I really like it. It behaves a lot different to the butter we get here in Trinidad. I'm not saying our butter isn't any good. Don't go saying that I said that. If you have to quote me ever, quote me properly, please. I'm just going to open my vermicelli at this stage and get it there. It's not going to be toasted for too long, right? I'm not going to toast it for too long. Pretty easy demo. Right? When this was requested, I was somewhat happy to cover it. Right? So I'm just adding all in there directly. You want to keep stirring it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this vermicelli being already broken up. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. For one, all the slices will be uniform once it's cooked. I appreciate this like so much I can't tell you, because I only knew of one brand, and I know even as we speak, and a lot of you Trinidadians, the brand is already in your mind. That's the only brand I knew of, right? So when I saw this, I was like, okay. And by the way, let me branch off a bit. The pack I purchased, it's an e-pack. You understand that? It came as an entire e-pack, which is so cool. You got the full cream milk, everything onto it, right? The raisins. The only thing I needed to purchase separately was my cherries and my almonds. That's, well, of course I didn't get the cardamom, which is very essential for doing Sawine, right? So I just wanted to get somewhat darkened, not too much. Like I said, some person will just simply boil it before, right? This might be foreign to a lot of persons, this method and step that I'm taking here. But yes, it is done this way, or you can just pre-boil it before. The choice is your own. But I can imagine the rich flavors that is going to be released in it because of the parching of the vermicelli that we are doing here, right? It smells just so good. I can't describe it. It's almost like you're baking. That's what it smells like. It smells really good. It smells like something really good baking. Right, you see we are starting to get the toastiness on some, the parching, it's happening. Yeah, we are getting it. If you look close, you will notice. But please don't go too toasty with it, right? And keep stirring it as I am doing, okay? The scent is just awesome. You want to use full cream UHT milk in this. You all know I love carnation, I love for certain things, but the issue that I have with the carnation, I spoke on it on a prior demo, is that it isn't white, right? So the UHT, and you will need so much of the carnation that it isn't even funny, so you have safer going with the UHT. You see the toastiness that we are having? This is what you want, right? So I'm just going to go just a bit more, not too much. Just a couple seconds again, and I'm going to add my UHT. So I'm about to add the UHT at this point. It's in my vintage milk bottle, right? It's not a brand of milk. Buy whatever brand of UHT full cream you want, but it's just in my vintage bottle. We're just gonna get a shot of it. Right? So use whatever brand you want, like I said just now, right? So I'm going to add the milk now. It looks so good, it smells so good. Just let me add the milk. Right? And you want it to boil up. I love my supporters so much, I love my supporters like so much. You all won't believe how much I love my supporters. So just now I was going through some comments, right, on a social media platform. I wouldn't say which comment. And a supporter left me a comment that I think is somewhat comical. And the supporter said, I love the video, but stop saying all that right. And I'm going to take note of it because I have a next supporter. She loves when I say right, and it's just like a bad habit. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to take the note of that supporter, and I'm going to take a mental note. I'm going to try to stop saying as much right as I say. Right? Me say, look, I just said it. Me saying right is like someone saying, okay. Right? I know what the support. I understood fully well where the supporter was coming from, you know. So listen, I'm going to try not to say until we conclude this demo. I'm going to try. Practice makes perfect, right? So back to the vermicelli, right? Look. I'm listening, I already lost the challenge. It's okay, guys. It's okay. Let's have a bit of a light moment here with you all. But I'm going to try starting now. I'm going to have to look for next word. What word can I use? You all drop some comments below. Drop some comments below. You all want to hear me say okay in place, alright? Or is it going to become too much with me just saying okay? Okay, I might sound like a bit of a nag, right? There I go again. Alright, I'm not going to say anything else. Let me focus on this. Yes, so we want this, back to this. Oh my gosh, you all, I love you all so much. So, we're just having a bit of a light moment on set. It's good to do that at times because I know you all feel about me. I feel absolute same way about you guys, believe it or not. I love you all a lot and I can't imagine food like Chamion without you all. You all give life to what I do. So I'm going to start adding some of my spices, right? I have some powdered clove. I'm going to use that, even though in the pack, remember I told you guys how I got a pack containing for the Sawine with everything in it except the cardamom. But I have some spice, some clove powder, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to be using that. I almost said it again just now, but I'm trying, right? I'm trying. So this is an airtight bottle and I keep my clove in. So just want to put, you know, clove is a very strong spice, right? So be careful, please. Be very careful. About that much. I would say that's about half of a teaspoon, okay? Right? And because, oh, wow. And because the noodle is somewhat small, it's going to go by pretty quickly. I want to clean up that bit of mess that I'm seeing there. I can't work with mess and you all shouldn't either. Right, so let me just pick it up immediately and then it being on the stove, what's going to happen is going to it's going to dry quickly and look awful. So let me get on to adding the other stuff. At this stage I'm going to put some ginger. Freshly grated ginger at that, right? I just want to be direct. Freshly grated ginger. Not all of it, because remember a lot of the things that the vermicelli calls for is somewhat strong flavor. So you can imagine a nice taste we will have. Right? And now I'm going to put some of my powdered or ground cardamom. This is what the ground cardamom looks like. The scent is just amazing. I'm going to put a bit of it. I'm going to show you what the whole cardamom looks like also. And I will use a few pieces of it, the whole one. Wow, the scent of this cardamom, amazing, amazing. I want to put some more UHT milk in there though, because I want it nice and runny. So this is what the whole cardamom looks like. Of course we'll be able to take it out, so I'm just going to put about that much in it, to save some for garnish also. Right, so just let me go get my UHT milk. I know you all are seeing this splattering, right? I don't want it as thick as it was there just now. And you see the thing with the vermicelli, because it's a type of pasta, it's going to thicken up, because you know pasta have all the starches and so forth in it, right? Yeah, so it's going to be somewhat thick. Yeah, as I was saying, with the vermicelli, it's going to cause the milk to thicken up, because it's like pasta pretty much, and you know pasta thickens up. So that's why I wanted to put a bit more of the liquids in it. I'm gonna put in the raisins. I have a beautiful mixture here of some golden colored raisins also. Yeah, I have some of the golden colored raisins and I'm going to just put that in there. It came in the set pack for the Sawine, okay? Beautiful mixture of raisins we got in there. The combination color is such pretty color in there, it's not even funny. And some persons will not be using condensed milk in their own, they will use sugar. I am going to use condensed milk. So you can put sugar, branded sugar or white sugar as we call it here in Trinidad, in it. I'm barely seeing the raisins and I put some more raisins in there. So please allow me to get some of my raisins. I will be using California brand raisins because that's what I have. That's what I use when I'm baking, okay? So that's what I'm going to put in there. I'm going to see a good bit of raisins in it. I don't want to be wondering where is the raisins. The California brand raisins, it looks, that's the word I'm using, I'm not saying it is it. It looks pretty much like it's coated with a bit of sugar. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying that's how it looks. Right? I don't want it to take, remember, I keep saying that. You don't want your fire too high, right? When I'm putting in the condensed milk, I may use my whisk. I will also be using some maraschino cherry. Some persons will say Marciano, but you know, I'm saying what I'm seeing on my packaging, pronouncing it as I see it. So I'm going to open my condensed milk now. So I'm just moving back to my counter area. Of course, we will need a bit of vanilla essence in there, but after I put in my milk, I'm going to get all of that. I'm using my electric hand opener. Be careful if you own one of this. I make sure I cover that in every demo. I don't just want to look fancy. I also need the kitchen safety and the handling of food and all of that with you all. So you want to hold on to whatever you are opening with your electric opener, because the arm is magnetic and it snaps. It just drops. It holds on to the top upper part and it releases the bottom part. So always make sure you have your hands there when you are. You all have seen the brand of condensed milk I'm using, so there is no need for me to say anything. Right? You all have seen the brand. Use whichever brand you prefer and like. If you live in the international world, chances are you may not get this brand that I'm using, but my fellow Trinidadians, they know which brand I just see in the packaging. For any of you that will have Trini roots, you know exactly what I'm using. You want to make sure your vermicelli that it's cooked. You don't want to have a lovely tasting sawine with raw vermicelli. And of course, we know without having to taste how beautiful this vermicelli is going to be, because we put some really nice stuff in it. Right? The ground clove, ground cardamom, whole cardamoms and things like that. We know we put ginger in there. We know how it's going to taste. Pretty much looks like the setup of a good porridge. That's what it reminds me of. Honestly, it does. I'm going to plate it in two different things. I'm going to plate it in, when I'm getting ready, I'm going to do it, put it against some white. You all know how I feel about that, right? And I'm going to put it against some, and I'm going to put it against a smaller rim pin. See how it looks. We are getting there. I just need to test to see if the vermicelli is cooked. Kitchen smells just amazing. You want to be careful with metallic stuff when you are using your non-stick ware, okay? You don't want to scrape your non-stick ware, because most times they are not cheap and they are not easy to get. So I had a taste of the vermicelli is fully cooked. I just want to put in a bit of the vanilla essence at this stage, followed by a bit more of my cardamom powder. I'm going to add all of this because I want that coming through nicely in there. I'm going to whisk it. Because remember, we are starting to thicken it because we are, the vermicelli is cooked, right? I'm going to put just a bit of the vanilla essence. Remember, it's more kind of a dessert, okay? So you want some really nice flavors coming through and through. There went some vanilla, pure vanilla at that. About a tablespoon or less of pure vanilla extract. and we are ready, simple as that, to get our vermicelli. Listen, a lot of persons might put their stuff, their cherries while it's cooking, and their almonds. I'm not going to do that, and there is absolutely nothing wrong if anyone puts it in during or after. Why I'm reserving it for after is I want it to look more as garnish than I want it to be incorporated in it. You all understood that? I'm just going to put a bit more of my ginger. I think I need just a bit more because remember I tasted it just now. So not too, right? So if you want to know the ginger measurement, I will say it was exactly 8 tablespoons. If for some reason you might want to know. And remember I spoke about the vermicelli looking somewhat little bit, and that I said it was going to yield or become a lot more as it cooked, and you saw it right before your eyes. You saw it, right? So we are getting ready to get ladled and start the plating or final presentation part of the process. It's so thick and nice. Wow. So thick and nice. Looks so good. I want to get some of my cardamoms in there. I can always put at the top also. Let me just get a tissue to clean up the top of my bowl. You all know how I feel about things like that. It's not the first time some of you are watching me do them. But if it's your first time, well, you can just go through the channel and you see how I operate all the time. I don't like mess. It gets to me badly. Right? So there I'm trying to clean up, but you saw what happened, and that's the reason I really gloves. You saw what happened as I was trying to clean up, right? So let me get our next color, Rimkin. Right, I'm going to get the next color, Rimkin, and I'm going to start to top it and shut down them. Garnish it, I should say I said top, but garnish it. And we are going to shut down them. It was so easy and it tastes so lovely, and it's not even funny. So I'm going to bring on 2 different color Rimkins for it. There's also vermicelli cake, believe it or not. That's also a thing. There's also vermicelli cake. I had to cover that with you all. Because sometimes you all ask me questions, which I enjoy a lot once it's food related. So there's also vermicelli cake, like I said. I'm about to garnish the top of them. Right? Some persons would not put the cherries. I want to see the cherry element at the top. Really I do, so I'm going to use a cherry, right? I'm going to put a cardamom or 2 on the top also. Let me just move out all my things that I don't want off of my board while I'm about to garnish. So here goes. I want to do 3 whole cardamoms. Never mind the noise that you are hearing, just right. And I'm going to top, of course, the big one. It smells so good. You won't believe how good it smells. Remember, it's slivered almonds, okay? Or almonds. Right? Don't worry about how it looks when we are garnishing. Let's not fuss about things like that. You will know how you want to garnish your own, and you feel free to garnish it to suit. Okay? Let's not be too taken up with things like those. The sliced almonds, it's basically the same thing. Slivered slice, you know, more or less the same thing. What we know for sure is that it's not whole, it's cut. Right? So just let's focus on things like this. And I spoke about it being a cake, they make cake with it, so it's behaving nicely. But you know, it's looking that way, but in reality, as you let me open the cherry. You know, as you dip into it with a spoon or scoop into it, how it's gonna look, right? You can chop up your cherry if you so desire. I don't want to. And easy like that, we are done with our sawine, right? It's just gorgeous if you ask me. It was so easy to do, and I know you all will try it. It was that easy to do, right? Guys, as always, the pleasure was my own. You all know Food by Chamion is all over social media. You all know we are on Instagram. We have the YouTube channel there, of course, and we have a Facebook page, a growing community on Facebook, right? All under the name Food by Chamion. We also have an email address. Now we have two email addresses for the business. The main one being foodbychamion@gmail.com, and we also have a new one which is Chamion at foodbychamion.com. But feel free to access the Food by Chamion at gmail.com. Guys, until I'm with you all, bye. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your amazing love and support. And I'll be with you all soon.